We'll be done with this shit.
You can't fix that? Peter, it's until you ascend. I think it's the way it was in the Bible. You have to ascend.
What's ascend mean, Jesus?
I forgot to read the Bible. Ascend. You have to ascend to heaven. Which I guess means, when we get tired, we'll get you down.
Oh. I guess so. Okay, Jesus, that sounds like a good plan, I guess. I don't know. I'm very tired. I did not take nearly enough drugs for this. I'm really regretting that. I wish I would have took more.
Okay, well, this delay is annoying the fuck out of me. I'm not going to continue this.
Well, yeah, man. The delay is not my fault, man. I'm not fucking technical issues or whatever. I'm in a fucking cross with like a headset on. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Just cut here. Is that the button? Hit that feed. We're done with that. That was stupid. He's downstairs. Why is there a fucking delay like I'm talking to him in the Soviet Union? Anyway, I guess that was a haunted house update. Seemed, I don't know. It's not scary. And the whole fucking thing is nowhere near as scary as I wanted it to be. It's really been a disappointment. VDJ Sexy Hippie joining us in the chat area. We're live on Cannabis Radio on Spreaker. Chilling with you all. We got weed news coming up. Of course, as I said, sex toys and stories from the road with VDJ Sexy Hippie coming up as well. That was your Halloween update. Enough with the music. It's enough. St. Peter tied to a cross because, of course, with the OSHA regulations, we couldn't nail him. Tied to a cross out in the courtyard. Got some more from our sponsors coming up and weed news. We get our weed news from Cannabis Tweets on Twitter. That's Cannabis Tweets with a Z. It's the night before Halloween. Spooky. That's why I was playing that spooky, creepy music to impart to you how spooky it is. Get it? It's spooky. Stoner Jesus Show podcast recorded live on October 30th, 2015. We'll be back. Dick Nuggets.
The Stoner Jesus Show on CannabisRadio.com.
The Stoner Jesus Show is brought to you by Gigawax Vaporizers. Check out the Gigawax banner on stonerjesus.net. And make sure you follow Gigawax on Twitter. Gigawax Vaporizers were designed with artists, DJ producers, musicians, and music lovers in mind. It's quite unique. It has a slim profile, a quartz coil, and it's available in 6 colors. Buy before January 1st, 2016 at the awesome low price of $49.99. It's Gigawax Vaporizer pins. Check out that Gigawax banner on stonerjesus.net. Stoner Jesus here to tell you about another awesome sponsor of the show, Skinfully Wicked, natural skincare for the inked. Check out the Sinful Soap banner on stonerjesus.net. If you smoke like a dirty hippie, there's no reason you have to smell like a dirty hippie. Find handcrafted natural soaps with hemp seed oil and more. Click that Sinful Soap banner on stonerjesus.net. They have all kinds of products, including soaps and other cosmetic creams. You can check out skinfullywicked.com or simply click the Sinful Soap banner on stonerjesus.net. Skinfully Wicked, natural skincare for the inked. Go check out all they have, including those handcrafted natural soaps with hemp seed oil. Just click that Sinful Soap banner on stonerjesus.net.
Hey, Slow Rollers. When was the last time that you rolled a really beautiful joint? If you care about elegance, design, and a great smoking experience, it's time to start rolling with quality rolling papers from the Slow Roll Society. We specialize in the most beautiful and unique rolling papers from all over the world. Treat yourself or spoil your favorite stoner. Check us out online at slowrollsociety.com for products and prices and how to get 15% off your first order. Slow Roll Society. Stay classy.
Ganjapreneur.com, your guide to the cannabis business world. Ganjapreneur.com is a comprehensive resource for cannabis professionals and entrepreneurs. Download the Ganjapreneur app on your smartphone or tablet to catch up on cannabis industry news, scroll through our daily job listings, and learn about successful cannabis companies, executives, and investors. Ganjapreneur.com, helping Ganjapreneurs grow.
Your connection to quality cannabis insurance services is spelled K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R. That's Karcher Insurance. We have worked with ventures like cannabis for over 60 years. We're proud to represent over 50 companies with tailor-made cannabis plans for owners just like you to insure your product, your plants, and your pursuits. K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R spells out their full-service insurance services ranging from commercial to bonds to personal, from life to health, and more. Contact the team at KarcherInsurance.com and let our experience work for you. That's K-A-E-R-C-H-E-R Insurance.com.
Contact Karen and the team at Karcher Insurance at 1-844-421-3560. That's 844-421-3560. The following CannabisRadio.com program contains explicit language and content that can be considered graphic and offensive. This program is not suitable for all audiences, and the opinions expressed do not reflect those of CannabisRadio.com, its staff, management, or sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Stoner Jesus Show podcast. Recorded live October 30th, 2015. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We've got sex, toys, and stories from the road with VDJ Sexy Hippie coming up in about 12 minutes. Right now, it's time for weed news. We got our weed news from Cannabis Tweets on Twitter. That's Cannabis Tweets with a Z. Of course, the big story, issue 3 in Ohio. It's going to come down to the wire. A lot of accusations and just all kinds of shit, controversy, constantly since the beginning. Right up to Election Day, which will be Tuesday night, November 3rd. I will be live tweeting results, as they come in, as different precincts or whatever come in. As for CannabisRadio.com, if you're on the Spreaker, the Cannabis Radio Spreaker, Russ Belville will be live in Columbus with results for issue 3 and issue 2, because it's very important if issue 2 passes. It will nullify issue 3. Issue 3 lately has been getting a lot of big endorsements. Montel Williams endorses it because of its medical marijuana aspects. It marks the first time he's ever endorsed any kind of recreational legalization measure at all. Normal with an endorsement, the ACLU of Ohio. Polls have been iffy. Polls show that it's going to be close. We'll find out Tuesday night, like I said. I'll be live tweeting results from the local news. There's our local news around here in Cincinnati. So we'll be getting results. It'll be front and center. See what happens. Senator Bernie Sanders proposes pulling the feds out of marijuana regulation entirely. He's apparently not without a level of media savvy, according to Reason.com. As Republican candidates kick off a debate in Colorado, which was the other night, a state that has a very notable legalized marijuana use, Sanders is getting press for proposing a radical to non-libertarians new federal marijuana policy. A town hall meeting at George Mason University in Virginia, it was streamed to hundreds of colleges. He proposed yanking marijuana completely off the federal list of controlled substances. Too many Americans have seen their lives destroyed because they have criminal records as a result of marijuana use. Sanders told the crowd, which erupted with applause. That's wrong. That has got to change. No other presidential candidate has called for marijuana to be completely removed from the schedule of controlled substances and regulated by the Drug Enforcement, that are regulated by the Drug Enforcement Administration. Sanders' plan would not automatically make marijuana legal nationwide, but states would be allowed to regulate the drug in the same way that state and local laws now govern sales of alcohol and tobacco. We'll see. At least it's something. He's going to introduce legislation to that effect, because he is, of course, a senator. There's other stories up on Cannabis Tweets. Mexico Supreme Court could effectively make marijuana legal for recreational users. There's a big story for those in Mexico. More stories about Bernie Sanders. Of course, Colorado now coming up on 2 years of recreational sales. How are they doing? This is from WSPA.com. Apparently is Channel 7 and is on your side, according to the website. How Colorado is doing since marijuana legalization.
In less than a week, we will know whether Ohioans want a marijuana industry in the Buckeye State.
Over the past 3 weeks, we've been looking at things in Colorado, where marijuana has been legal now for more than a year. Tonight, in the final part of her marijuana series, Natalie Tendall with 2 News Investigates is back to cut through the claims and look at the real impact of marijuana in Colorado.
Well, there are a lot of claims surrounding marijuana legalization, and some say it helps the economy and brings jobs, while others say it creates more crime and puts kids at risk. The truth is, the impact is good or bad, depending on who you ask.
I think the world's looking at Colorado, and I think this is a period with this great social and economic change around controlled substances, and I think this is the test case.
Marijuana has been legal in Colorado for more than a year. It's a new industry, so it took some work to get it up and running.
It's very costly to set up this whole brand new industry and regulate it and try and enforce it. It's been quite a struggle.
Several task forces were involved in figuring out how to legalize pot in the state when it's still illegal federally. One big issue is marijuana is a cash business because banks are federally insured.
Well, I think we worry about the banking issue. I think is a real issue. It's cash business, which I think can put employees at risk, people around at risk, because that's a lot of cash to be moving around.
Bottom line is federal law needs to be changed so that the banks will do business with marijuana businesses.
Colorado did not make as much money as originally estimated off pot. Last year, they brought in $44 million in new taxes. You
know what fixes that? Low tax revenue? Sell more pot.
Estimate was about $30 million off. The Denver Metro Chamber of Commerce president says they've worked hard to make sure businesses know they can still have a drug-free workplace in the state.
Isn't that beautiful?
She says there's one positive change they've noticed, an increase in commercial property sales.
The operations that grow marijuana utilize often underutilized commercial
economic activity, jobs, lower crime rates, lower highway fatalities, tax revenue.
Industrial big warehouses. These tend to be less expensive commercial space. We saw the price go up for those spaces when marijuana was legalized.
Places like Mindful are using those facilities. CEO Meg Sanders says her business does more than just help the real estate side of things.
Then there's this whole ancillary side of security teams and marketing teams and packaging and you name it that comes along with this. Not
economic activity. Stoner Jesus Show podcast. We got sex, toys, and stories from the road with VDJ Sexy Hippie coming up. Make sure you go follow Cannabis Tweets on Twitter. That's Cannabis Tweets with a Z. Talking about pussy licking coming up. That's right. You heard me correctly. Licking the Beaver. Stoner Jesus Show podcast. Recorded live October 30th, 2015. I mentioned Zombie Tech 115 and VJ Sexy Hippie in the chat area. We're live on Cannabis Radio, on Spreaker, podcast, of course, on stonerjesus.net, and on cannabisradio.com. We'll be back, bitches.
The Stoner Jesus Show on Cannabis Radio.